Mental health affects us all. So the importance of addressing mental health concerns, whether in daily life or at work, is imperative for people not to feel ostracised. The Walt Disney Company, UK and Ireland, say they've made it their mission to better engage their employees around mental health through offering practical support, building inclusive policies, and investing in training.
Providing time and space for people to talk is making a real difference at Disney. This entertainment giant is supporting everyone's mental health and well-being by embedding the discussion into its corporate culture.
Feeling that we work within an environment where talking about mental health is normal, it's not stigmatised, that's really important. Mental health, it's often invisible. And for that reason, you don't know if somebody's struggling. And I think given we spend so much time at work with our work families, we have to look out for each other. We've got to look out for our staff.
Trust is a business employee-led resources group, or BERG, and an acronym for the company's mission statement around mental health, encouraging people to talk so they can recognise, understand and support one another, so everyone can triumph.
We create a safe space for our employees, which we refer to as our cast members. We create that safe space so they can feel like they can open up and talk freely about any kind of mental health problems that they might be dealing with. Ever since the kind of pandemic, it's something that people have had to really think about in terms of their mental health. And I think there's sort of a stigma around mental health, especially for guys. And I think my personal mission within that is to sort of help with that stigma and to let people know that it's all right to talk about these things.
And that starts at the top.
It's so important that leadership set the tone and that they lead by example. When we launched Trust, we were really pleased that our president attended our launch event, and in doing so, surprised us all in the room by sharing a deeply personal story about something that they were going through at the time. I think what that showed us is that no one's invincible. Mental health challenges happen to everybody, and that trickle-down effect is really important because it fosters this sense of empathy, because if your manager is open about their mental health and challenges, then if somebody's struggling in the team, I would hope that they feel more comfortable raising their hand, having a conversation with their manager and feeling that, they're going to get some support, because it takes a huge amount of strength to make that move.
But having the confidence to have that conversation also depends on feeling connected and comfortable with the people around you.
Inclusivity and diversity, right? It's not just saying, hey, we're all the same. It's also saying, hey, we're all different, and celebrating those differences and enabling people to kind of bring their authentic selves to work is a really big part of what we want to achieve. But I also think it's very important to work intersectionally with the other BERGs. So our business resource groups include Trust, of course, Pride. We also have Women at Disney, Diversity, who look at issues of race and religion, and also Enabled, who are our BERG who deal with disabilities or different abilities. And I find it's very useful to kind of work together with them, because what we share is a difference. And by bringing your differences to work, you think about what unites us more.
And creating a network of mental health first aiders is helping Disney's cast members support one another.
We've had 450 of our cast members already go through the training on the programme, and that includes all of our UK leadership team, which is great. I think having mental first aiders around the building and having so many of them is really important. Just having somebody that you can have a chat to, who will listen, who can then help signpost you to, maybe it's our wellness hub where we've got tons of resources, or can actually just be a buddy and be a good ear. And sometimes that's all it takes.
Creating a sense of belonging.
Ultimately, we're a business that has consumers attached to it. And our consumers are every colour, every creed, every shape, every gender, every sexuality. And until you feel represented, you don't feel part of the party.
A simple but important message, helping one of the world's most recognised brands look after the mental health and well-being of everyone in its corporate family.
Being more open about mental health, being more aware that people might be struggling in silence and we don't know it, creating those safe spaces where people can talk about mental health, listening about it, keeping it on the agenda. leadership, talking openly, being honest about their challenges, all of that creates or helps to foster a more inclusive culture, which is so important for us at Disney.